Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining me again today. So it's episode 2 of Mix and Match Monday, and today I'm excited because the products are available now and I can show you where they live in the new catalogue too. So I just have a little project to share with you as well. So let's head over to my craft table and we'll get started. Okay, so here we are. Brand new catalogue. I'm really excited. And if you have one of these, you'll want to check out pages 18 through to 21 because that's where the mix and match products are. If you don't have one of these, and you don't have a demonstrator in Australia, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to get one to you. Otherwise, they are all online for you to view. So there's a shopping link, in the description of my Facebook group or YouTube, depending on where you're watching. And you'll be able to take a look at those. So pages 18 and 19 is where we start. And you can see here a range of ideas using the products and a couple of different sort of combinations of and ideas of how the pack pieces can come together. On 19, you've got the actual products themselves and the packs. So if you watched episode 1 last week or just recently, I made a reference to these packs, and so now I can sort of show you. We've got the 2 envelope and card packs. So Sunny Springs is what we've been using. There's also the Calming Creek, and then there's 4 different ephemera packs. I said it right this week. Woohoo! So we have, the Saying Something for Everyone, which I don't have yet, so I'm looking forward to that one arriving. Fully Flowering, and Layers and Labels. Sorry, Labels and Layers. And then down the bottom, there's also a sentiment stamp set that you can purchase, which has some really great sentiments that is built perfect for everyday occasions. And so they're nice statement pieces that sit boldly on your project. So I think they'll go really great. So flipping over to the next page is one of my favorites in the catalogue, and this is purely about giving you ideas on where to start, which is also the purpose of these videos that I'm doing for you, is just getting you started with, or giving you ideas on where to start, which, these ideas here printed in the page is a great reference for that as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So I think starting off is always the hard part, isn't it? It's sort of knowing where to start and what to do is kind of a big part of the challenge. So today we're using the pinky purpley card and envelope piece. So I've just folded that, but see how it sits up a little bit? I like them to sit flat when I'm working. So I'm just going to crisp up this score line with my bone folder. And that helps to make it sit flat, which is a great work surface. So the pieces from the ephemera packs, I can't get it right, that we're using today is a black and white flower image. We're using a couple of sentiments. So this is the Hip Hip Hooray and the Happy Day. And then we're also using one of the labels as a little bit of a backing, sort of a little backing piece, which you'll see how it comes together. And of course, we've got our liquid glue and our dimensionals. So let's get started. I'm just going to pop a little bit of liquid glue onto my label. So just squirt a little bit. It doesn't need to be covered, and it doesn't need to be, you know, too thick, like the lines when you're squeezing it out. So this glue is a really strong adhesive, so it works well with just a little bit. So I'm going to pop this on to my card base that is a little bit lower than the center and a little bit more towards the right, so the opening of the card. So a little bit lower and a little bit right, to the right of center. So it doesn't, you know, somewhere there. It doesn't have to be, you know, there's no specific measurement. It's kind of like, I know it's a little bit lower and a little bit over. Now, this one here, I'm going to do something a little bit different with this one this time. So what I'm going to do is pop 1 or 2 dimensionals, but I'm going to pop them at the top here. And then I'm going to use my liquid glue and put some at the bottom half of this image. And I'll talk you through why I'm doing it that way in a second as we go. So let's pop this in place here. All right, so now this is sitting flat and these are up. You've got a little bit of dimension happening there. Can you see that? Hope you can see that. So what that will allow us to do is, because I want my sentiment to sit over the bottom half, it's got a nice sort of flat surface for it to, to sit on. But then we've got a little bit of dimension at the top to add some interest. So that's, yeah, I do that quite a bit, and I really like that technique. So what I'm doing here is just adding little dots of glue around my sentiment. And again, it's just little dots. Let's get this in camera properly for you. Just dots here and there. Don't forget to pop some at the top and at the bottoms. Yay. Alrighty. Now I'm going to just ever so carefully drop it on, because what I don't want is for it to go wonky, but I'm specifically putting this, or purposefully putting this, on an angle. And what that allows me to do is not stress too much about trying to get it straight. So one of my sisters always says, I can't stick straight. I said, well, purposefully put it on an angle and then you don't have to worry about it. So that's I really like that. So then we will grab a couple more dimensionals. Whoop. I'm going to pop them on that way. And one more here. And we're going to pop this on. Now, again, if you're stressed about getting it straight, pop it on an angle. It works beautifully as well. And you can pop it anywhere along the sort of the hooray. Obviously, you want it to be on the card, so make sure it's not hanging off. But other than that, there's really no rules. So there we go. And here's our card for this week. Nice, quick, simple, but really fun. So there you go. So I hope these little bursts of inspiration are helping to create, get your creativity started with these cute little ephemera packs. And I encourage you to pop back and watch last week's episode if you hadn't caught that one yet. That introduces the actual product line. And yeah, just enjoy creating with all these cute little elements. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll catch you again soon.